All right, Big Bang. Today is Tuesday. It is February 17th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Snake Draft Tuesday. Nicky Smokes is in for White Sox Dave. He's in Turkey. And then we are joined on Zoom by Nate Dogg and Bobby Reags. Bobby Reags, welcome back, buddy.
Thanks, man. Congrats to the boys on 300. That was a good draft down memory lane with Rico and Clem. So it's good to see you boys again. This will be an interesting draft.
What's up with your setup?
What do you mean? Just a wall of stuff?
No, it's just like I'm only seeing from your top lip up.
There.
Oh yeah, you look like
I was
Wilson
just
from
leaning
Home Improvement.
forward.
Okay, all right. There we go.
There
there
we
we
go.
go.
You were like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I hit my screen.
He's frame mogging.
God
I
damn
can't,
it.
dude. I can't do this shit, man. Stop.
Nice.
Please, dude.
Unreal. All right, so
41-year-old Chiefs talking about frame mogging.
I learned what it was like earlier this morning.
I can't.
Kind of.
I don't
learned-
want to know what it is.
I learned last night from
tweets
Nate.
are so funny to me, every one. I don't know how they come up with this language, but I laugh at every single one.
That language has told me, like, hey, like my days of being a youth is gone. Like, I'm officially an adult now because I don't understand it and I don't like it. Like,
Yeah.
18-year-old Smokes would be jester maxing, frame logging all day, 24/7. Now I'm like, get this shit out of my face.
Listen, I'd bet that 98% of Snake Draft listeners don't know what you guys are talking about. And
Yeah.
I appreciate them for
Yes.
not knowing
Yeah.
that.
I wish I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just saw KFC, the only guy at this company older than me, making videos about it. So
All right, then. Welcome back, everybody. So, as you saw from the topic in the podcast description, things I wished I learned in school. So that could be high school, it could be college. It doesn't matter. School is school. We talked a little bit about before we got on air. Are you drafting this as things you've already learned that you think everyone should learn, or how are you doing this?
I'm drafting based on things I feel like should be core principles in every school across
Okay.
America that I didn't have.
Okay.
I think
that's the majority of my list. But now that we've had this discussion, I'm rethinking some things.
Do you get what I'm saying? Does that
Yeah.
make sense, Nate, what I just said?
I have a question though.
Yeah.
We went to school at a different time than Nicky Smokes. So should
Right.
we draft what they should teach in school now or what they should teach in school when we went to school?
I think you could do however you want. I think there are some like universal principles though. I don't know what they're.
I mean, I could do a whole draft on what they shouldn't be teaching in schools now that they do, but that's a whole nother discussion.
So what I mean is when we were in school, stuff that exists today like wasn't around back then. So should we be
Right.
like, if we were making a curriculum today, we would include it?
No, I think it's like
I know there's one thing for sure that I bet is
Yeah,
on
I have
your
like
list.
two. Yeah,
And I know what you're saying, but it wasn't around when we were in school.
right.
I think you could still draft it, and I think it makes sense.
Yeah,
In the scope of the draft.
that's not the direction I'm going though.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Yeah.
all these are up into your interpretation, and then once we get into it, someone's just going to get picked off because their brain worked different from
Yeah.
someone else. So
Right.
we'll see what happens. Let's do the order, and let's get into it and see what happens. Reags. Lance has 1 through 5 behind his back. What number is it?
2.
No.
Nate.
4.
No.
Chief.
3.
3, correct.
That's what I was going to say.
I'll go 3rd.
Okay. 1 through 4, Nick.
2.
No.
1.
1, correct.
Fuck it, I'll go first. 1 through 3, Reags.
2.
Correct.
I'll go 4th.
Okay. 1 or 2, Nate.
1.
No. Back to back.
Nick.
2.
2.
What's left?
2 or 5.
2 or 5.
2 or 5? I think you want to go 5 here, right?
It's up to you, bud. How deep's your board?
I might have to go 2.
It's not that deep then.
Things you wish you learned in school.
All
One thing.
right, I'm going to go 2 just because if I don't get this one, my board.
Now, can I ask you a question here?
What?
You set up the little matrix to write everything down, but
Yeah.
you pre-wrote in everybody's name,
Yep.
and now you're just writing the draft order is all out of whack on
Yeah.
your sheet of paper. You might as well just start over.
Things I wish I learned.
How
Learning
to
them
write
now.
in order.
Well, I asked what the names of the guests were, and I just wrote them all down, and then I'm just putting your draft number above.
Oh, you could just rewrite our names. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like, just let me do me. You guys do you, and we'll see who wins the draft.
Broward.
Exactly. Broward County school system.
All right. Before we get going, though, I do want to talk about Rhoback. Rhoback Activewear, best fit, best feel. You all know how much of supporters we are of Rhoback in the Barstool Chicago office and in New York and in Bobby Reags HQ. The hoodies are hands down the best. I see at least one person wearing the joggers every day. The fleeces are made for Chicago winters. They're warm. They're comfortable. But the new vest, the Rhoback vest, is the favorite. This thing's warm. It has zipper pockets, stretch side panel, so it's comfortable and easy to move in. And just a really clean look. I wear it over my hoodies and with my joggers that I can't take off. Golf season's like creeping up before you know it. So
It is.
Make sure you have those hoodies.
It's going to be 60 degrees here on Sunday.
I know, it's crazy. People,
What?
of course, going to be open.
Yeah. Or maybe it's next Sunday. I don't know.
Regardless, it's
Yeah,
coming.
It's coming.
The turn is coming.
That little fat fuck, Puxatani Phil.
Is it a turn or is it a big tease?
It's a turn.
No, not in Chicago. You get like a weekend of 60 and then
Yeah, but
boom,
tease
it's
is
snowing
a
in
tease is welcome though.
Yeah, I love
It's
getting
a welcome tease for
Teases
sure.
are great. Yeah.
But regardless, like you need the Rhoback hoodie.
No, you
for
do.
the tees,
100%.
for sure. So use code DOG on Rhoback.com for 20% off for all new customers through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off all vests, joggers, fleeces, and more with code DOG. They do erase that promo code at the end of the week, so jump on it now.
Hustle.
Do it. All right. Without further ado, I am on the clock for the things we wished we learned in school. I mean, I got to take it. It's as chalky as ever, but the thing that everyone talks about when it comes to this topic is everyone wishes they learned how to do their fucking taxes. So I wish I wasn't so dumb and illiterate when it came to putting 0 or putting 1 or whatever the fuck you got to do. I just wish I knew more.
Deductible.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I just wish I knew more about how to do my taxes.
Put H&R Block out of business, basically. Right? I mean, that's you. People should be able to do that. They should also make taxes simpler. They're intentionally confusing.
True.
Yes.
True.
Yep. Yeah. And I always, a viral tweet will always go around about how the government has every piece of information about us humanly possible, and then they make you input all these taxes and go through your receipts and all that. It's just to screw you over. Yeah, I obviously chalk, but taxes are a racket and should be illegal.
I agree.
And then you hear like what people writing off stuff. It's like the Seinfeld skit. Like it's a write-off. Well, what's a write-off? No one knows.
Yeah, like a celebrity will donate to charity, and then people will be like, well, that's a tax write-off, as if they didn't just give $5 million to charity, because nobody knows what tax write-off means.
Right.
Yes. There are so many intricacies. Nobody knows. I wish I knew.
I don't even know where my tax dollars go. That'd be cool.
I know where they go.
Yeah.
I could give you 2 places they go.
But that's a different conversation. Just the fact of knowing how to do them
Yeah.
just should be easier. And I wish
You know, we didn't even have income tax until like 100 years ago,
Lame.
No, I didn't know that.
and our country was rich as fuck.
Yep.
And I'm not.
Something to think about.
The saddest thing you can do is when you're trying to figure out if you have any money is go to ADP and look at that little graph of how much money you take home and how much goes
Drives
to taxes.
me.
It's the most
insane.
depressing thing ever, Nate. It's so depressing. It's so depressing. I look at my gross and I'm like, if I took this home, I'd be so much happier.
Dude, I always think like, I could just live, in my parents' basement for 3 months and just save so much money. And
So
just-
much.
And there's so many little things like the bonus tax and all this shit. Just
Yeah, why
make
are
it make-
bonuses taxed at 50%?
It's insane, dude. It's a fucking bonus. Like, it's my bonus.
Yeah.
You did
But
nothing.
then I'm assuming most people were like servers, like had a job as a server or something with a cash tip growing up, and like you could just take that cash, put it in your pocket, not get taxed out.
Yep.
The whole thing is just so fucking weird, and
It's a scam.
like you said, like I'm nearly 40 years old, and it's still completely lost on me how it needs to be easier.
Yeah. So really chalk, like I said. I think this is the first thing that comes up. So that's why I took the number 1 overall pick. So taxes is my pick.
So, like, tax. I'm now.
You're up.
I was gonna say financial literacy courses.
So
Now,
I think we
don't-
need to try to be specific. For the
That's
sake of
what
this
I was
draft.
asking.
I'm fine with financial literacy, but if you want them to be more specific, fine with me also.
Don't you think so? Because the board really shrinks if you take just
if you just take all finances.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it does, but I don't know. That's my opinion.
Well, I could pick one specific.
Pick one specific.
Well, now I have to like pick like the best one that I think's out there. I would say like investment management.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how to
The stock market.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How to properly invest.
But not even like stock market. Like there's like index funds, there's 401ks, there's Roth, like all sorts of like investments that aren't necessarily like, oh hey,
Gold.
But yeah, just
Wait till
being
you have
able to
kids
like
and
be
you're
diverse, like
529.
even how to set up the account, like where to go, like etc. Like just like the basics and how everything works and how you could get involved without. Because I feel like a lot of people are just like, oh, stock market is you just buy one stock and that's it. But you can make money without being just
Yeah.
dialed in on one little stock. You know,
It kind of became a big thing in 2020 when everybody was stuck in their house and people realized that they can invest in the stock market and just not the Wall Street stockbrokers. Like you didn't need that. And they kind of like it put them in hell where they like just when you and me could just like start investing more regularly, because before that it's a big scene in The Big Short where it's like they don't want us to know that we can also invest, so they never teach us.
Yeah. Retail bros, right? Davey
Yeah, I couldn't think of
Day
the word.
Trader.
Yeah.
Nady Dave Trader. Right? Yeah, you. Aren't you into that?
I'm over leveraged. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
fucking Bitcoin's in the dump right now, huh?
It's not in the dumps. It's fine.
Do you know who invented that?
Fuck Epstein.
No,
That shit's
no,
cooked, dog. That
don't
shit's
put
going
that
to
out there.
zero.
Don't-
Going to fucking zero, dude.
Did he have something to do with it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Read the files, dude. Get in the file.
It's in the file. Like that's
I
a
did not know
confirmed
that.
document in the file.
You can put a lot of stuff in the files. Doesn't make it true.
It's also crazy once you understand more how it works, because like that's just something I've really come to realization with within like the last 5 years, with how all these companies, all these publicly traded companies, it's literally all about showing growth, and that's how the stocks go up.
Yeah.
Even
Like,
if the
there's
companies are making money hand over fist.
losing money.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
if it's as long as they're 1% up or whatever it is, and they're hiring more people and they have plans for expansion,
That's
Things are
where
looking
I think that the stock market in general is bullshit. It like you should be having to have like a balance sheet and be able to make money and pay dividends and like this whole thing where it's like forecasting and growth and whatever. And like we've talked about this before, where you'll have your projections and it's like, oh, we're projected to make, I'm making up a number, 100 million in profit, and you come in at 90 million in profit, and it's like, well, we didn't hit our numbers, so our stock's going to go down. So we're going to lay off, 1,000 people to balance our budget against not your budget, but against your stock market projection. So it's like, oh, all these people have to lose their jobs because you only made 90 million in profit. Like, fuck that. That's a bunch of bullshit too.
And earnings. If you have multiple stocks in your portfolio and it's earnings season, earnings is the biggest load of shit ever, because a company can crush earnings and then some guy on Wall Street will be like, well, it didn't crush it enough. Stock will go down 8%.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, a company that makes $0, a company that's losing hundreds of millions a year, they'll be like, well, instead of losing 80 million this quarter, we only lost 75 million. Stock will go up 15%.
Yeah.
It's all a load of shit.
yeah, that would have been nice to learn. And shorting, I don't know. I don't even know.
I don't even know what that
That's
means.
pure
Shorting.
That
betting.
shit sounds like
betting
gambling, though.
Yeah.
You're betting against the
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
realize
it's
that.
betting against the rolling craps.
Yeah, I realize that, but it's also I don't.
But
know.
like I know, log into DraftKings, bet money line, I'm in. I don't know how to like log in, bet short at
Yeah.
like
you should be able to, in theory, it's like, I know Chief sucks at gambling. I'm just going to short his bets.
right.
But then Nate, aren't you, when you're shorting, aren't you doing that kind of on credit? In a way?
It's basically you're just saying, like, I think this, instead of going up, the stock will go down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you can make a lot of money shorting stocks, but if the stock doesn't go down, you're out a ton of money. People
Right.
lose a lot of money that way. It's why you should, like, I was talking to Nicky Smokes about this recently. If you just invest in the S&P, you get a return of 10% on average per year. And they never tell you that you should just put your money into that instead of getting 0.01% in your Bank of America account.
Right.
And they just never
And
tell you about.
That was the biggest like switch for me, is when I realized having money in my Chase account is the worst thing possible. So I took
You're
all
losing
my
money.
money out and I put it all in my brokerage account, and I'll like leave a couple grand in my Chase account, just like God forbid. But every other dollar I make goes straight into there. I don't even keep it in my bank account anymore.
Good for you.
People
the-
get scared because it can go down, but over 10-year period, it'll always go up at
Right.
about 10%. And then there's compound interest and all that stuff that they
Compound
never teach
interest
you.
changed my life.
I think that this is kind of a line of bullshit, though, too.
What is?
Compound interest?
No.
Oh.
The stock market goes up, let's say it goes up 10%, right? Like you just said. Inflation's also going up.
Like 3%, yeah. So
No,
you're making
not,
7%.
no, ideally, they say they want inflation to be 2% is like the goal, which I think is another bullshit goal. But if you have the inflation that we've had since 2008, and it's like, oh, the money's going up, but you're really effectively even. You're really like your money is effectively even against inflation.
Then you're losing 7% by having it sit in your checking account instead
That's fine. I'm just saying the overall premise where it's like, oh, I'm making so much more money, but it's like not really. Not really. The stock market's going up. Like the reason the stock market's up, you could say, is inflation. It's inflationary too, because those are
I
just
understand
assets.
your premise, but you're off by some percents. You're always going to make more money having it in the S&P than sitting in your checking account.
Those are two different discussions.
Okay.
I'm putting that in a bucket.
All right,
Me?
Chief, you're up.
I'm taking credit. So like your credit scores,
Yes.
all that kind of shit.
Great pick.
Where it's like, you know, you're like, who even knows how that is computed, your actual credit score. And it's out of
No clue.
a random like scale. It's like, oh, everything above 800 is awesome. But it's like, who made that up? Credit scores weren't even around until the late 80s. So it's like when you and I have bought homes, Reags I'm probably sure has too, where it's like, okay, like how did our parents buy homes in the 80s? They didn't have
tossed
credit.
a nickel to the real estate agent, and they had a house.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like this whole thing where it's like everything is like your credit score is so important to any kind of thing you want to do. If you're getting a car loan, if you're getting a house, like it impacts so many different things. And it's just an instrument that was made up in the 80s. So it's like, is it even really necessary? I'd rather show like my income and my statements and everything like that on like an individual basis, as opposed to being like, well, this is like your credit score. And I'll get an email and it feels like this is like 3-4 months ago where I got an email. It's like your credit score went down 12 points. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, I don't even, like.
And it's like because you paid something off.
Like that. That's fucking insane.
Don't close that credit card.
Right.
No, I have a credit card
Yeah.
that's like at this point now 15 years old. I don't even know where it is. It's just open at $0, and that's why my credit score stays high in that category.
Which is stupid.
Right.
I also don't like credit cards in general, all the points and whatever. If I have the money, why don't I just pay you? Okay. So I think that I think that this is just a tool too. And then if you have bad credit, well, they're charging you interest like insane. It's like loan sharking, and then they just keep you poor.
My realization with credit cards is that you think it's fake money, but it's real money. If that when I first got my first credit card, I was like, oh, I'll just pay it off later. Like, who cares? But then that payoff date comes later, and it's like, oh, I still owe the same exact amount of money that I was like, oh, I'll pay off later. So even when you swipe
they
it,
prey on college kids, and they say, here's a card of free money, go crazy. And then when it's time to pay it off, the college kids are like, oh, I don't have the money to pay it off.
They got you for life.
Yeah.
I remember my credit score was like 540 coming out of college. Now it's at like 745, so it's a lot higher. But yeah, that was the most I got approved for a credit card was like $300.
Good
Which
pick.
is fair though, because I had no money in my bank account.
Yeah.
Good pick. Riggs.
I'm going to stay with the credit card thing, and it's something Chief just said. It's playing the credit card miles game. Like I know someone that goes on vacation, nice vacations every quarter. He's a little bit older than me. And he has this credit card mile game that he plays where he gets free flights, free hotels. They know what cards to sign up for, how much to use. Like, if we're gonna have to use these things, how do I benefit
Yeah.
in this mild bonus thing? It's never
First round
like you have
pick
to
is
learn from
crazy.
somebody.
Your first round
but-
pick is credit card miles.
Listen,
No, my
outside the box, but I'm very jealous of people who know this shit.
That's what I mean. It's more of a jealousy thing. Like, I hear people using this to a benefit all the time, and I'm just like, I don't understand it.
my sister has my younger sister has this down to a fucking science where she has like spreadsheets. She knows when to open them, when
Yes.
to close them, how much to spend, what like how to manage it. She gets like, and she was trying to explain it to me. And she's like, I can help you set this up. And like she was explaining, I'm like, I'm out. I needed maybe a different teacher, but like they're going to Prague. They're going to, like they're like she and her husband and they have a 4-year-old. They gallivant. And it's all basically they have to pay for food abroad and everything
But they're
else.
also spending a ton of money to get these credit card points. It's not like the
They're-
credit card
no.
fairy is sprinkling down
Nate.
these.
No, they use it
Nate,
for
they don't.
the stuff.
I promise she doesn't. Okay, like she doesn't. She's got it. She was starting to explain it to me. I was like 90 seconds in, and I can't do
Chiefs saw Excel and was like, just put the USA hockey game on.
that. Yeah,
Not quite sure how, like, teacher, you can learn this in school, but
you could.
I guess you can. Yeah.
definitely can.
Yeah, it's like anything else with financials. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
What do you guys have fifth period? Credit card miles.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I see so many people using, like you said, they're going abroad and they're like, yeah, we got out of this trip with like, we've had to bring $400 with us for food and
Yeah.
drinks. And it's just like, how do you do it? I don't understand how any of this works. And it's a benefit that's clearly useful to people.
Yeah, it's very, very useful.
yeah.
That is funny.
Nate, you're up.
I'm surprised this is still here. I thought it was gonna go 1-2. I'm gonna go with nutrition.
Good one.
Yep.
If you recall, the food pyramid when you grew up told you that you needed 5 to 7 servings of rice and bread and 2 servings of fruit and vegetables. I don't think they really had the food pyramid correct.
It's like basically
growing up.
upside down.
Yeah,
They got it completely
They
wrong.
did teach us this. They just didn't teach us to
Ours was like milk. Like milk was our base of life. Like the whole bottom of the pyramid was milk.
Oh, that was different than when I was in school. It was like Nate's, where it's like it was like 6 to 11 servings, and it's I don't even know what the fuck counts as a serving. They didn't really like make that clear either, but it was like basically it was like if you want a nutritious meal, 1 serving can be pizza, then you get your dairy in the next category, the cheese and the sauce. It is like your vegetable is a tomato sauce. You're like, I'm eating healthy, and it was like they didn't. They
They didn't tell us till about 3 years ago that sugar was bad for you. Like people were just chugging sodas in like we had did you guys have vending machines in your high school?
Yeah.
Yep.
People were just eating out of vending machines 24 hours a day.
Yeah, the fellas were just hammering Fruitopia in the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
You know? We had no idea.
Dunkaroos were like
Yeah.
by the handful.
We're just like a country of 70% obese because for 80 years we needed 9 servings of rice and bread and 1 serving of fruits and vegetables.
I watched
And
a
a lot of
documentary about it was like something like the sugar cartel or something like that, where they basically hired this scientist from Harvard, and they had like this kind of like public debate going on in like the 40s or the 50s, and then the big sugar and like the big food people were like, nah, like let's get this Harvard guy in, and then he just muddied the waters and like kind of won, and then that like out of that debate came like the food pyramid. The other people that he was arguing against were like, no, this is going to lead to like, and it's like in writing back then, it's going to lead to diabetes. It's going to lead to obesity. It's going to like, so they knew everything.
Yeah,
They saw dollar signs. They
I
were
read
talking about
something similar
Ozempic fucking 30 years
where
ago.
the sugar industry was trying to up the sugar in all the food, so they said fat is bad. So the whole fat-free craze, they replaced the fat in all the foods with sugar, and they're like, well, it's fat-free, but it had 90 grams of sugar in
Right.
it, and they just paid some Harvard guy to sign off on it.
Yeah. And then there was another thing where there was like the war on the tobacco industry, in the 50s and 60s, and they had like Philip Morris was like the big cigarette company. They just went out and bought all these different food companies because they're like, we can't really compete in cigarettes anymore. So they bought up all these different food companies, put their scientists who had been working on making cigarettes addictive for 30 years and just put them on food.
No
So
shit.
we stopped having lung cancer and started having like heart disease and diabetes and all
That's
these other
crazy.
shit.
I wonder
It's-
how it is now. Has it changed?
No, probably.
no, I mean, that's something that like supposedly RFK is working on.
working
Did
on.
you see him doing cocaine off toilet seats? Go.
He said that on
It's why he didn't get COVID, right?
that's what yeah, it was-
I never got COVID.
Well, you were doing a lot of cocaine.
During COVID, no, not really. But like leading up to that, yeah, for sure. Wait, I do have a question about his pick though.
Yeah.
I feel like nutrition's also broad.
Nah, you think? How so?
I mean, if you got something, bring it up, and we'll see.
Yeah.
if
Yeah, I
it's-
think there are
Well,
variations.
if
off
I
of
bring it up, then I'm like my draft pick's public.
Okay, well, take your pick too then.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
I'll-
saying when it's your
Okay,
time.
okay,
you want
got
it.
it,
Yeah,
got it.
Nate, you're
Yeah.
up again.
Okay, I'm gonna follow that up with. God, can I take Employment 101? I wrote down Employment 101, withholdings, 401k, insurance, how to act in a professional manner.
whoa, say that again.
Just everything you need to learn. Like nobody knows what a 401k is. No, like when you sign up for health insurance,
Right.
like just Employment 101
I think-
stuff you need to know on your first day of work.
Employment
I
benefits.
think you got to be more specific. Like, got to pick one of
Okay.
those.
But we already did insurance, right? Or no?
No, we
No,
didn't.
We have not.
Okay, I'll take how insurance works. Like how insurance works.
Good pick.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Nobody on this panel knows how. Let me
False.
talk about
I sold
insurance.
health insurance.
Let me talk about insurance. You pay for insurance. You
Yep.
go to the doctor. You pay the doctor, and then they make you pay up to like whatever $10,000, and then you ask your insurance company, "Can you please pay for this?" And they say no.
And they drop you.
And
yeah.
and you need a job to get insurance, and then your insurance doesn't cover anything that you need.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest scams. I used to sell health insurance before I got hired at Barstool. So the reason why you're paying out of pocket is because you probably have a high deductible. But even if you have a $0 deductible, like you said, like they still really don't cover anything. And if something really major happens to you, like they tell you you have an out of pocket max, which is like it's the most amount of money you could lose, like if you're hospitalized for something crazy. But then they could also just drop you. Like there's so many health insurance plans that just drop people.
See, listen, you guys are arguing about the system. I understand that's a different conversation. Just the fact of you don't find out what the fuck a PPO, an HMO, a deductible
Yes.
is
Yeah.
until
Right.
you're facing
Until
that
you need it.
situation. Yes.
Right.
Which is, you just wish I learned that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Bro.
this is another thing where it's like a racket. I had a family member that had to be in the hospital for a long time, like for like 6 months, and then you would go through like the itemized bill, and it would be like $50 for a pair of those socks with the little rubber nubbies on the bottom. It's like
Crazy.
that thing probably cost 90 cents. And it's like they're charging $50. So it's like, oh, I got $400 worth of socks over a period of 5 months or whatever it was.
Can I-
It's fucking insane.
Can I say one thing? I do love America. I love capitalism. There's a little small part of socialist smokes that it's like I think everyone should have health care.
But I don't think I think that that's a fine argument, but I don't think that this is actually capitalism. This
No.
is like a corrupt
Yes, I agree.
crony capitalism system where people are lobbying to take advantage of
Right.
So
working people.
I recently had an MRI, and I needed to have a follow-up appointment so the doctor could like tell me the results. And they wanted me to come into the office, and I said, "No, I don't want to do that. Like, can we just do it over Zoom?" And they said, "Yes." So that 4-minute Zoom conversation cost me $35 out of pocket, and then they bill the insurance company like $700 for that.
Insane.
And just for them to tell me like, "Oh, your knee will be fine in a week."
Crazy.
It's the biggest load of shit. But back to what Eddie said, every time it's time to do open enrollment, it's like a scavenger hunt at this office to find who knows like what plan to sign up for. Did you do insurance yet? Did you do insurance
That's
yet?
my favorite
We're
week.
3 years old and we have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah,
I'm bouncing around like a tutor out here.
Yeah, but
Everyone
you do,
comes to me.
like you do understand it at some point, like, and that's I just
You
wish
click the most expensive one and you hope you don't get cancer. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Then it gets even more confusing, like for me with a wife that works and 2 kids, trying to figure out like, should we do a family plan? Should you be on yours? Put the kids on mine. Put the kids on. It's trying to break down what to do as a family after you finally figure out as a solo person. Then you have the family, and it's like I'm even more lost as I get older until I just click whatever. Tell me what to do.
Yeah,
I stand with Socialist Smokes. Walk into the hospital, they fix you, you walk out.
Reags, you're up.
I'm gonna go with. I'm trying to think how to frame this best. General knowledge on how to fix basic stuff with cars.
Dang it.
Cars. Nice.
Like I fall in this category. I am a moron when it comes to cars. I can at least fix a tire and change oil, which I think is like the bare minimum.
You're in the top 1%, dude. You're in
That's
the top,
everything,
dude.
Reags.
But granted, I learned it young, and I completely. I think I still know how to change a tire, but it's like the fact so many people don't know how to do something simple like that. It's like, let me call AAA, let me get towed here, do that. Obviously, there are some circumstances you have, but even when I try, like when something's wrong and I'm trying to explain to a mechanic,
Reags,
it's never goes well for me.
Reags,
I sound terrible.
Listen, the amount of people that still just take their car to get an oil change, which is fine. I did that too. But the amount of people that don't realize if you don't do that and your car runs out of oil, it's going to fucking break.
I had an aunt.
It's crazy.
I had an aunt that did that.
Yes, that's probably
She had a brand new car, and it just like
ran out of oil, and then the car's effectively useless.
dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many people do you think don't know that?
Everybody.
I'd say a lot.
So many.
I think more like I think most people probably know that, but I think there's a decent chunk of the population that
Yeah.
The answer is too many people don't know that.
yeah.
Bro,
Yes.
Jiffy Lube saying every 3,000 miles is the greatest marketing technique like ever, because otherwise you would have no idea when to change oil. They probably made that up. It's probably not every 3,000 miles, but they made a nice it's like how breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Breakfast made that up to make you eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Jiffy Lube probably made up 3,000 miles, but it makes sense.
I wouldn't shock me. 16 to 26 is if over like 60% of people don't know that if your car runs out of oil, it will be fucked.
Smokes, can you do car stuff?
I could change a tire. My dad taught me how to change oil, but like I'm one of those guys where if I don't have to get my hands dirty and I could just pay someone $100, I'll do that every
I'm
time.
that way too, but it'd be nice to just have everyone do it. Like if you're on the side of the road and you quickly need to do it.
Like my dad's such like a car guy. Like when he calls me to check in on me, he's like, "Oh, how's your car running?"
Yeah.
Like what kind of fucking question is that?
That's
like, how's
funny.
your car running?
Yeah.
It's fine, Dad. Like it's driving.
It's working.
doesn't have-
My car has like the little oil
Yeah.
meter, so it's like
Yeah.
I think I'm at like 17%, so I know I'm gonna have to go in like the next month or so.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing to learn in school because almost everybody drives, like almost, whatever percent of the population drives. And there's just a lot of people who grow up with people like us who are like, I'd rather pay someone to do it. But if you can just learn basic tasks on a thing, 95% of the like we should learn in school, not cellular biology, but stuff that 95% of the population does. And one of those things is drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's even more prevalent or needed now because everyone has a cell phone. So they just defer to let me call someone to tow it instead of just like when I got my car, there was no phone. You had to figure out or pray someone
Stop.
had a phone by you.
I feel like I have changed oil before. I can jump a car.
Yep.
I hate jumping cars.
I always get
I
very
hate
nervous.
it, but I know at least how.
Yeah, and I could change a tire, but I don't think I would. And I like learned because I had no money at one point. Like my headlight went out, so I learned how to like change the windshield wipers and the.
I mean, that's a lot. Dude.
Headlights and taillights, but you can learn kind of almost anything on YouTube. That's how I learned. But like now, it's like I am just gonna pay a professional to make sure it's done right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chief, you're up.
Similar to Reags, but basic home repairs. Your
Yeah.
plumbing,
Dang it.
outlets.
That was my next pick.
But like stuff like that, because that is a thing where I don't even have like all the required tools at this point to do
I have
stuff.
none.
You have no tools?
I just go to TaskRabbit.
Okay, yeah. Like I'll go to TaskRabbit to like hang a TV into like the brick because like I don't, why the fuck do I know? But I did a little like I renovated like one room in my house, and I have a buddy he's one of my more successful friends, but his dad was a general contractor. So now like in his spare time, he buys like shitty places, completely renovates it himself, and then flips it. So like he saves so much money. He's just very good at it, and he taught me how to like do like basic electric work, like basic shit like that. And it's just like, man, like all the times that I've spent like trying to track down electricians and plumbers and stuff like that, where it's like, this isn't even that hard. I was just never taught how to do it. So basic home repairs would be my pick.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it was going to be
I can't
one
do
of my next
anything
ones.
around the house.
Yeah, like if your toilet's running, like I want to be able to know
To
how
let
the
the thing-
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know that shit, but if that doesn't work, what's
You're
the next
fucked.
step? If
Yeah.
something's leaking, like there's little shit like that where I'm like, fuck, I don't want to call a guy to do this. I
Yeah.
wish I just-
And it's emasculating.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
Very.
yeah.
I think about the day where I have kids, beautiful wife, and it's Christmas, and I just got my son like a basketball hoop, and I got to call some other man to put it together.
yeah.
Smokes, I've had to rage quit putting stuff together on Christmas Eve until my wife was like, did you do this? And I'm like, nope, I'm not listening. I need to leave the room because you're emasculating me.
Yeah.
Because I just can't figure it out.
Dude, the worst is when you call some kind of repair person and you're like, I always like try to figure it out, like give it somewhat of an effort to be like, can I do this on my own? And then I usually get to a point where I'm like, nope.
Nope.
And then you call someone in, TaskRabbit or whatever, and they fix it or set it up in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're just like, God damn it. Like,
Yeah.
it's the worst.
And I want to be able to do it without having to watch a video teach me how to do it. Just
Yeah.
like, oh, that broke. Let me go. Like, I know how to do this instead of being like,
Reading
okay,
an
step
instruction
one.
manual kills me.
The other thing about the watching the video, if it's like some kind of project, and you're like 7 minutes.
I don't have 7 minutes.
Let me scroll. How do I fast forward to the parts that? And it's
Yeah.
like it's literally it's 7
It's
minutes.
crazy.
And I like can't. I'm like it's too long. It's too complicated. I'm gonna call somebody.
Smokes, you're up.
So Nate said 95% of people need to know, like basically drive, right? Well, I feel like 100% of people need to learn how to effectively communicate. So I was going to go like public speaking, like proper communication, like how to articulate a point, like negotiation, just like effective communication.
Now, I did have. Are you talking like just how to do it, or being comfortable with it, or both?
I would say both.
Okay.
Like I sit up here, right? I'm in content, and sometimes I find myself struggling to put a sentence together.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Welcome to Barstool Sports.
and like
Yeah.
they even like, for example, right? Like you had to take Spanish in Florida, but instead of them teaching you how to speak in Spanish, they teach you how to write in Spanish, and then this and that, and then by the time you're done, no one knows how to speak it, but you could write
Yeah.
a full page of 2 pages of a Spanish essay, but you can't speak it. And I feel like it's just people don't speak as well as they should, myself included, and I just don't feel like it was ever drilled. Like all you're really taught is to like study this, take a test on that, but you're never like, all right, stand up, give this speech, break it
Yeah.
down, teach it, etc. So I just feel like proper communication skills and how to have like a level-headed discussion with people, especially in today's age, could be very helpful.
So I went to public school and private school in high school. And we had, in public school, we had, I think I was like 15, we had a speech class.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to do like, just in front of your class, but they moved it to the auditorium. You had to do like basically like a mock debate and with a PowerPoint behind you. So they're like teaching how to present. I got basically nothing out of that. Okay. When I went to prep school, they did a similar thing, but you had to recite a like a soliloquy from Shakespeare. So it's like you don't even really know what you're saying, but but they like taught you how to deliver it in a way that was digestible to the audience.
Yes.
And like that to me was way more beneficial than what I had in public school.
And that's kind of what I'm getting at, because I'm a fast talker, but like cadence and like delivery,
Cadence.
kind of like how Obama speaks is like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So I had someone tell me one time that you need to speak in a way that at a pace that allows your audience to attach like an emotional connection to the words that you're actually saying. So it's not like you're just processing.
In ninth grade, Mr. James, he made us all get up in front of the class, and I think we just had to read like one paper worth of, like, not even like a speech, maybe like a minute and a half, whatever. But you started at 100, like 100 out of 100, and every time you said or like or did anything like that, he deducted a point. And it just to teach everybody to speak slower and enunciate and just not fill your sentences with ums and and like. And I think that was, I mean, it was ninth grade. It was probably the most beneficial public speaking like tool that I ever learned.
can I say one thing?
That's
Of
useful.
course.
I've never been more embarrassed in my entire life than I had to go up and give a presentation, and I guess I was saying like a bunch, and in the middle of my presentation, my teacher just goes like. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, stop saying like. And I just stopped my presentation and I sat down. She fucking destroyed me.
Yeah, I took a speech class, and I do think, while it was helpful, I do think that would be more useful to kind of talk about like the psychology of that shit as well. Like what Nate did, for sure. I think that helps a lot more than, because a lot of this is you kind of have it or you don't to a degree. You can get better. You can get serviceable.
I think it's like any skill, though.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. But there are people who have something in them that has this genuine fear.
Correct.
That's just overtakes it.
I mean, back way before high school, but remember like third grade where the teacher would you'd be reading a book in class, and it's like you had to do the next 2 pages. You had to read it aloud. You're like, holy fuck, this is so scary. So
you'd be looking around counting like what paragraph down you have to do. So I also had a speech impediment I might still have it. I couldn't say my R's. And so if I knew I was like 5 paragraphs I had to read out loud, I would scan it for any words that I couldn't say. So I could I would sometimes just skip over the word and act like I couldn't read because I couldn't say certain words. So yeah, I don't know where we were going with that, but I had to, get that childhood memory out.
This is a safe space thing.
Thank you.
All right, it's to me. So yeah, I think these are different. That's why I didn't want you to have a full overarching claim on that, Nate. But
yeah,
so I'm gonna take retirement savings.
Good, really good one.
Right, like the penalty to pay. How many? Like they really should really be broken down to let you know, like, hey, like here's what the average person needs to live, and here's how you're gonna get there if you make X. Like it should be so much more clear and mapped out.
Yeah.
Well, and it varies so much, right? Like,
it's tough. You don't know when you're gonna die.
Well, you don't know where you're going to live. What if you move? Like, you're living in New York now. You're not going to retire in New York, but you don't know where you're going to retire. So how much money do you need there versus where I am now?
Yeah. No, for sure.
I agree with you, Eddie, but I didn't even put money into my 401k for way too long because I was like, I need money now. And then you look at the little chart, it's like every $5,000 you don't put in to your 401k when you're 22 costs you like $1 million when you're 65.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would just add more clarity on that. And on that note, I mean, listen, of course now it's a little easier to understand, but the gravitas of student loans when you're just a 17, 18-year-old kid, there needs to be a better way.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you're a junior, I don't know, have your teacher give you something and then accrue interest and then you owe it back to her at the end of the school year to like really understand, because that's the first time
Is that
you realize.
your third pick?
Yeah, that's my pick. Yeah.
What, student loans?
Student loans, yeah. Because, well, like I said, it sounds pretty black and white on the surface.
No.
I don't think you really understand what that interest is doing until you hit in the face.
So, and I don't know if you guys grew up like this, but like I never knew how much my parents made. Like they had years that were so lean, like no income for years. And then they had some years that were pretty flush, and we always kind of lived the same. So like I remember when I got my first job, even back before that, like in college, when I had a job in the summer that paid pretty well, I got my first check that was 4 digits, and I'm like, I am fucking rich,
Yep.
you know? And it's just like you have no idea how much it even costs to live.
Yep.
Because like you just don't, like, I couldn't conceptualize, like, even if you told me, like, you say, I'm making up a number, but let's say your tuition was 25 grand a year. I don't know what that means at 18. I don't know, like, I don't know how hard you have to work or what kind of jobs you have to, like, it's just like, that's what it costs. Like, you got to go.
And then you're under the impression like, oh, it was 20 grand a year for 4 years. Like I took out 80 grand, right? And then you look and it's like 150. It's like, how the fuck did
That happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't realize.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I don't know if there's a way to really.
Yeah, like you're paying off the interest and not the actual loan. If you do the minimum payment, you're just paying off the interest the first like 30 years of the loan, and you're never actually paying off the loan, and they never tell you that.
I remember when my dad paid off his student loans, he was like 55, you know, like, so, you know, so he had been, and he had 4 kids, and like, but it was, and that was like, he went to school in the 70s when it wasn't like insane money. So
yeah,
it might not have been 55, but it was like, I have a memory of when that happened. Yeah.
I used all my money, like every bonus, every t-shirt, like this is when we got t-shirt bonuses and all that. Every dollar I spent to pay off my student loans. I went in state, but I think I had 19,000, 25,000, somewhere in there, 20, 25,000. I didn't save any money. I just paid off my student loans because I was terrified of being in debt. And I paid them off at like 27, but I didn't have any money for, until I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Parent Plus and grant. It's all fucking insane. Nick, you're up.
If this doesn't work, I have another one, but I was going to say like value of $1.
What do you mean?
So like kind of like what Chief was alluding to, like when you're younger, you think like getting $600 is unbelievable. Like essentially understanding like the cost of living, like inflation, like how much is your dollar actually worth? Because like when I was 18, right, if I made $500, I was the man. And then you turn 21 and it's like, oh, $1,000, like you feel great. But now it's like $1,000 is basically like half a rent payment.
Yeah.
Like truly like understanding how much it costs to survive.
I like it.
I like that. And then it's also just like how much, like, let's say you're making a purchase on something large, like a car, okay? Where it's like the sticker price is 80 grand. And you're like, wait a second. I have to, and you take out a loan or whatever. And if like you could, let's say you're making 100 grand a year. You're like, wait, I have to, all of my 9 months, or whatever the math works out to be, is all going towards this.
Right.
Like that's like, if you frame it that way, it's like, holy shit, like, is this car worth a year of my work?
Right.
Like that's like, but I feel like people don't conceptualize it that way necessarily.
They just see the monthly payment.
Right.
Well, I could fit that in.
Right.
Yeah.
Value of $1.
Okay.
So like money management, more or less, like
value. Yeah.
Money management. All right.
Like how much can I afford in rent per month? I always go to all these calculators and stuff. Like if I make this much, how much should I be paying in rent? How much should I be paying in this?
Right.
Yeah.
What's tough is I don't know if anybody knows the answer to any of these questions. I think we're all making it up as we go.
For sure.
Yeah. And then even like if you go on Zillow and you type in all your, or you're doing like a mortgage calculator, and they're like, you can afford a home that is, I'm making up numbers, like $800K. And you're like, wait, no fucking shot. Like, so like how many people are getting into houses because technically
they can afford
it. But then it's like you're eating fucking macaroni and cheese 6 days.
And
like,
tuna.
Yeah. I mean, Reags, you have kids. I don't have kids. Every dollar I make goes to me. I don't know how people with kids.
Bro, I was thinking that the other day, dude. Like, even when I ordered breakfast this morning, I was like, I just paid $16 for an omelet. If I had 2 kids and a wife, that's $60, $70 for breakfast.
I just don't get it.
We legit, we'll sit down and try to plan everything out because we don't have family in the area either. So if we want to go out, we have to pay for a sitter or like we can't call grandma and grandpa, hey, can you just take the kids for a weekend just even for a fucking mental break from them?
Right.
So we literally will sit down and be like, all right, here's what we have, here's our bills, here's what we're planning for. We have this, this, and that. And it's like you literally have to plan out like, okay, this month, maybe let's not go out to eat because if the four of us go out to eat,
That's crazy.
and you even just get an entree and like, I'll have a beer or something. It's like, well, there's $100 and some odd of just.
I get so many comments of people like grow up, start a family. I'm like, dude, I can't start a family. If I would be broke on the street if I started a family.
And we're
But I
paid well
think you
and
would
all
figure
that
it out.
shit.
Yeah,
it makes
probably.
no sense to me how anybody affords anything. Never mind a mortgage, kids, daycare. Like daycare.
Don't
makes
even
no-
get me fucking started. on that.
Daycare is like $7,000 a kid per month.
It's so expensive.
insane.
Yeah.
That was like my dad would always tell this story about my grandpa on like his father-in-law. Be like, oh, like we're having another baby. He's like, are you fucking stupid? Like that was always his reaction. Like that's gonna cost you, you know. And this was in the 80s and 90s. Like, are you fucking stupid?
You're up.
I'm up.
Yeah.
I have my list. Hold on, I want to look through my list.
Don't say list.
I'll say I had one.
Count them down, Nicky.
10.
All right, I wasn't gonna go raunchy, but I'll go raunchy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Basic female anatomy. Okay, where
I could tell you all about that.
right, but think about, but like you had to learn it like through experience. Like when I remember being in a health class in like 6th grade, and they'd send the girls out, like they'd separate the boys from the girls, and it'd be like ovaries, fallopian tubes, like eggs, whatever. That doesn't for practical like they could they teach you like how a child is made.
They don't tell you how crazy they get because of all the fucking hormones running through their body.
That's not even what I was saying, but that could be there could be like a wink and a nod to that too, where it's like, hey, like
She might be crazy for like a week, but she'll be all right.
I also feel like a lot of it's intentional too.
what do you
Like
mean?
they don't let you know that they get pregnant when they're ovulating. They make it seem like anytime
Bro.
you have sex, it's
Yeah.
going to happen. I think they
Yeah.
do
They
that.
get
in-
It's
pregnant
like
like-
5 days a month.
I know that's the thing.
Exactly.
Like they make it seem like, oh, like you have sex, you're going to get
Yeah.
pregnant most likely. That's not even the case, but I think they might say that so you don't.
Once I learned
like a
that, I
3.5
started
day
filling up the
window.
gas tank.
Oh my god. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
different. You don't realize that at the point where it's like, holy shit,
Yeah.
all these they just had bad luck. You know?
It's like,
20,
what do you
20
mean you're
days a month, you can
trying?
just leave it in, dude.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
mean they're yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, right?
trying, like you do it and you finish in there and then you have a baby. Turns out that happens. You get 2 days a month
Yes.
and you try for 3 years and maybe you get one baby out of it.
Yes. Yeah.
Meanwhile, any teenager at prom goes to the toilet and they're popping out kids left and right.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense.
And then you realize when you're an adult, like I said, that it's just man, those people had bad luck. That
Yeah.
prom night
Yeah.
was that one day, 2 day, one of
Yeah.
the 2 days. You know. So yeah, Reags.
They got the luteal phase, ovulation,
clit.
menstrual.
Astrology.
Exists.
That
apparently?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is a button that makes them come.
Yeah.
Who knew?
God. All right. I'm gonna go with. I'm trying to think how to frame this. Like, when you're in college, how to find a job. Like, you just pick a major when you're 18 years old, and it's so broad that it doesn't show you like what careers are. You don't ever really figure out what you want to do until you're well past college, and it's like. What a business degree? That's too broad. Like need to figure out like what does that entail? What is that? It just feels like you're asking an 18-year-old, what's your dream job? Okay, here's 4 years to study this. Good luck finding something afterwards.
I will say, like, most of my senior year of college was basically trying to find you and teach you how to get a job.
What I'm sorry. What say the pick again?
Go ahead.
What
in
jobs
college, like
exist?
it just. What was that?
You're saying like what jobs literally
Yeah,
exist
like it's
in the world?
you pick a major and it's not really designed for the jobs you're looking for, what it entails. Like you graduate, you're like, I graduated from the Kelly School of Business. Now what? There's no
You're probably
no
fine.
method within, at least for me, it wasn't a method of what does this degree entail. Like, again, this is more back in the day of graduate with this, here are your job opportunities, here's what you can do. It was
Yeah.
just, here's a broad generalization of your degree.
Job explanations.
Yeah.
So I have thoughts on this. Per usual. I don't think any outside of like medicine, engineering, like very hard sciences type of degrees, I think if you're econ, business, whatever, like you're just learning on your job anyways.
Yes.
Like you learn in your career more than you ever do in school, unless it's like a hard science. I think they need to do a better job of being like, hey, you don't figure out what you love. You should figure out what you're good at, which are not necessarily the same thing.
That's more what I meant. Like picking a major that suits, instead of just being like, I want to be on TV as a sports reporter, so I'm
Yeah.
going to be journalism, even though you're not good at it.
Yeah.
I had career advice / like career reality.
That's kind of the best way, but I was thinking strictly into the funneling into college.
Yeah,
where
but are
you
we
make
gonna like
18,
sit here and
19,
essentially you're like scouting thousands of kids and be like, yeah, guess what, kid? Like you don't have what it takes. Like
You're
go
right.
Try, go try this.
It's exceptionally hard, but there also needs to be a way to show these kids the reality of what.
You guys didn't have
How
those
many-
posters in your gym saying 0.001% of people make the NBA? Like focus on school?
Yes, but even like I don't know.
But even think about, like, we've been in this space a long time, this media space now, tangentially at least for 10
And your nose is still on the mic.
But how many girls do you know that wanted to be Aaron Andrews and like hopped around? They're doing ABC,
Yeah.
like, and then or local college things, and then they're out, they're doing something else.
Yeah.
Like there's probably so many girls who are like, I'll just be Aaron Andrews.
For
But you
sure.
also have to pursue your dreams at
Yes.
some point.
Yes.
I don't know that you do.
I
don't
think-
know.
Okay, so you want okay. I think there's two sides to it. Should schools be like, "Hey, you're dumb. You shouldn't go to college at all." We want more realistic. Don't chase your dreams. Go be electrician.
I think that there should be a conversation.
No
around-
offense to the electricians, obviously.
No, of
Trades-
course not. And you might be like, you can have a really good life, and you could build a business out of it. Like there's
I think-
endless possibilities for that. So no one, I'm not taking it that way, but I think that there needs to be a conversation of your career and your job is not your life. Like you
Right.
should be like,
Yeah.
hey, like you're working to set up the things that you actually might get greater satisfaction for. So yeah, you got to put in 8-10 hours a day in something where you might have to eat shit, but you're actually, what makes your life is the things outside of there.
That's important.
And it's
So
like,
I think I described it wrong. It's career decision making is kind of what I was saying of, and this may have changed since we were in college, but it's like you get locked into your major so early, and if you try to switch, you have to
You
go to
lose
school
credits,
longer to
Yeah.
graduate with another degree instead of just being like, hey, this isn't my career. I'm better at this.
Right. So
Let me just
the
do
entire idea of making a 17, 18-year-old decide their college degree, which decides the rest of their life,
Yeah.
is so outdated and ridiculous of a concept to begin with that I
And
do
it's-
agree with you. But yeah, like everybody should take business classes to learn basics. Everybody should take basic classes, but they shouldn't make you super focused on one
Right.
thing. Because as Eddie said, I think it was Eddie, like you'll learn everything you need to know on the job.
Correct.
yeah.
But to get to the job,
Yeah, but how do you? Yeah, the whole system is.
yes.
Yeah.
I think that's
Like,
the concept of this
let's-
podcast. Let's
I,
just-
I studied philosophy, and I've had all sorts of different jobs, and I never felt like I missed something that I was supposed to learn in college with those different jobs.
Nate,
Yeah.
you're up.
I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take. I don't know if this is too similar to Nicky Smokes's, but I want to take conflict resolution.
In
Does
terms
that-
of my communication one.
Right.
I think this is different.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I kind of took communications, but I'll give it to you. I don't care.
So, see, Eddie. Should we stop?
No, keep going.
Where's he going?
I don't
I
know.
would take a piss.
Okay. I just think conflict resolution, I don't think most people know how to do interpersonal communication at all. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people grow up maybe in toxic households where everybody just yells at everybody
Yep.
and nothing gets solved, and it starts a cycle of, I think it's from How I Met Your Mother, the cycle of yelling, where you yell at the person under you, who yells at the person under them, and nothing ever gets solved, and people just yell and get stressed to make themselves feel better. If you just learn basic interpersonal communication in real life relationships and the workplace, I think everybody would be happier, everybody would communicate better, and a lot of stress and all that would be decreased, and everybody would live a happier life.
Yeah, that's why I went with communication as well. So no, I'm 100% with you on that.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick, and it's like, it's even one of those things like you just need walking down the street a lot of times, where it's like, and it's like,
People are scared to talk to people sitting next to them at a bar these days.
yeah,
It's crazy.
it's more like,
How to treat a waiter, like just how to, your food came cold, you don't have to scream at the waiter, like
Right.
just how to talk to
Yeah.
human beings.
Without being an asshole. Exactly.
yeah,
I agree 100,000%.
basic humanity 101.
Yeah.
And I think a lot is because, I mean, this just comes from what, like, my sister taught in inner city, and it's just like what they see at home.
Yeah,
Your brain isn't developed as a kid, so what you see at home you think is the norm.
Right.
So when you see whatever the fuck you see at home, you bring it with you for the rest of your life. You bring it with you to every relationship you're ever in, and you're never told that that's not the way that it should go.
and I feel like you don't really, I shouldn't say generalities, but for me, like it took me until I was like 30 to like have perspective about like how I was raised versus, how I want to be different. And it's like, if you were to get married younger and have kids younger before you have that perspective, like then you just kind of pass that. You don't really have time to think about it because you're just in the shit. So yeah,
Not to get deep or whatever. I know, like I've talked about like my parents on KFC radio, and like just like not great. And then like you don't learn till way later, like, oh, you don't have to pass that down to the next generation. Like you can end it there.
yeah.
Was this conflict resolution?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you're still up.
You're up
Yeah,
again. Yeah.
Nate.
Oh, back to back. Back to back. I'm gonna go with, I have two that I really want to do. I'm gonna go with fuck, count me down.
5, 4, 3.
I'm gonna go
2.
with dealing with loss and grief.
Damn, introspection, Nate.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things that every single human on Earth has to deal with, and you're never told how to deal with it. And I think, I think our schools had psychiatrists or psychologists or whatever, couldn't tell you their names. I think they're probably the most underutilized part of growing up is when you are a teenager and hormones are everywhere and you're acting out about this, and then something bad happens in your life. You have no idea how to deal with it, and you kind of just have to learn as you go. If they kind of gave you some tips along the way on how to deal with loss and grief, everybody's parents are going to die, everybody's grandparents are going to die, everybody's dog's going to die. It all sucks. It's a huge part of life, and they never teach you in your formative years how to deal with it. I think that would be a pretty good tool to learn.
I wish I went to the therapist instead of the plug.
Any thoughts, fellas?
Yeah,
no,
I get it.
Completely different.
I have something similar, but it's kind of in the same vein. So I get it.
Okay, I kind of wanted more like, great pick, guys.
I thought it was a good
I
pick.
said it was a good pick
Yeah.
right off the
Yeah, it
bat.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Reags, you're up.
I'm gonna go with something that I dealt with. Parenting 101.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I know everyone who is a parent has different parenting styles, but they just give you this kid and send you home from the hospital to figure out with. And what I'm talking about is like how to know when you go up a size in diapers, how to like get your kid to sleep correctly, which is something that every parent needs to know. Things that you're never taught. You might go to one class, like we went to one like baby CPR class, and then you just get a kid and figure it out. And now a lot of it's figuring out as they get older, but like the first 2 months, parenting is pretty similar, barring health issues, everything like that. Just simple parenting skills.
What age do you think we should teach that?
I was gonna say, cause like, like they teach you about the Civil War in like 7th, 8th grade. Now I'm 26. I don't remember shit. So like, if they taught me how to change a diaper or all that shit that you're talking about when I'm like 16, by the time I actually have a kid, I'm gonna have no idea.
Yeah, I think that's more of like a thing you should just learn when you are about to become a parent.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do they have classes like that? I feel like you see it in pop culture.
I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, your kids are still alive and breathing. Like,
Yeah, right.
It can't be that hard.
So I was just thinking, I was thinking more like in college versus high school smokes of like you take somebody said, what was it? Investment 101 or whatever someone said, or employment 101 is what Nate said. Just like a parenting 101. Cause hey, maybe female anatomy, you're one of the 2 days and get knocked up and you don't expect it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Chief, you're up.
This might be kind of broad, but it's like critical thinking or thinking independently. And that could apply to, like the ability. It's more like the TaskRabbit guy, right? Where it's like he comes over and it's like, this is the price, or this is what the government says, or this is what your like you should be able to think critically and challenge ideas and kind of understand things on your own. And we talked about, like, you just mentioned the Civil War before we started. I think, Ed, you were talking about history, but it's like, I feel like so much of school is just memorization.
Yeah.
And it's like, you should kind of be able to think like, all right, you're studying the Civil War. Okay. And it's like, yeah, North versus South, railroads, slavery, all this kind of stuff. But it's like, you should understand like the fallout.
The why, not the what. Yeah.
Yeah, the why instead of like the when and the how.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like they definitely do teach critical thinking in school, but
I feel like
it should be more focused.
Like on my list, I put like how to learn instead of memorize.
Yeah, but I feel like the only critical thinking, like true critical thinking classes I ever had were like the philosophy classes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was, and you would take that and apply it to other things if you like had that knowledge base. Like I took a class that the whole class was just logic, and it's like maybe the most beneficial class I've ever had.
Yeah,
because it's like, all right, well, if this, then it's like you're kind of if this, then that, right? And it's you kind of like game theory out like every situation. And it really helps you problem solve in a way that it's like, I feel like every other class really fell short.
yeah.
I never understood. It was my biggest issue with school is I from a young age, I was like, this is stupid. Like making flashcards to memorize facts teaches me nothing.
Correct.
And I always got in like fights with like my parents about it. I was like, because they're like, you just have to learn it. Why? Because they said so. It's like, that's not logical to me.
Correct.
I need a logical reason. I need to learn this stuff. And they never gave it to me. So I never cared for school because there was no logic behind it. There's no logic behind because I said so. I need a reason, and they could never give it.
Yeah, and if you can't articulate it, that's your problem.
Like I was a flashcard merchant. I was such a good test taker because flashcards were so effective for me. But like after I took the test, like gone. Didn't retain anything.
I mean, most schooling was how well can you remember facts for a 10-minute period,
right?
And then you don't remember. It's like I always hated it. I was like, I could have done really, really well in school if it was more formulating thoughts and logic and reasoning, and not make flashcards, memorize mitochondria, done.
Yeah,
Right.
I had a teacher, like it was that one philosophy teacher, and I was like complaining about this. And he's just like, well, you do get something out of it. I'm like, no, I don't. And he's like, well, you're really like, you will have to memorize things in your life to function. And this is just teaching you that skill of memorization. And it's like there are things that you just have to know, and you just have to be able to retain some information and learn how to learn things quickly. And that like kind of clicked with me. So then I just became like a better studier.
Makes sense.
Just telling you.
You're up, Nick.
If this one doesn't fly, I got another one. So I put emotional intelligence.
I think that
It's kind of, I would put that with conflict resolution, dealing with loss, and
Okay.
communication.
Government spending.
Yeah.
Like how does the military get financed? How do bridges get built? How do schools get funded? How do et cetera? Like basically understanding.
Bro, it's debt.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah.
I get.
Debt and taxes.
Yeah.
Just understanding like the basics of like the financial side of the government.
Yeah.
Where do they get the money from? Who are they lending it from?
I don't hate
And
that
how do
at
they
all.
I think
spend
it's a
it?
good pick.
I don't hate that at all because
Yeah.
you grow up and you hear about we're trillions in debt. It's like, well, how do we get here?
It becomes
Right.
like, and that because like on a macro level, when I hear about that, it's almost similar like the student loans, where it's just like the number at my age now, like the number is so big that it's just like I can't conceptualize what $37 trillion. Like what does that mean? How is anything working when you have that much debt? So yeah, government spending, debt. I think that's a good pick.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
And I think if we had a more informed citizenry on this subject, then we wouldn't be in as much trouble as we are.
Oh, yes.
like we would get angry and revolt or something.
But I think that there would be consequences, like in elections.
This country's
If people-
pussy, man. Like we have so much to be upset about right now, and they're like, "Oh, but Bad Bunny did the halftime show." Like there is the elite of the world raping children, bro, and everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." Like
It's a distraction.
it's another day.
I
That
will say
aggravates me,
this.
but that's
Yeah,
another
well,
story.
whatever. We could talk about that off camera.
Yeah.
All right, I'm up. Listen, we're kind of in like the introspective kind of part of the draft, and I kind of want to take something that's just a useful skill because I think everyone should learn how to do it, and I wish I knew more about it. And it's like CPR, first aid.
That's not what I thought you were gonna.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm. It's not with the theme of where we're going.
Oh, that's-
Everyone's like
that's
getting deep
good.
and shit, but I mean that's a fucking useful skill.
Yeah.
Like if you're with your grandma or something, she goes down, being able to let her know to give her CPR is pretty fucking.
Yeah.
I know.
I hate to do this, Eddie. I feel like I learned CPR a lot
Same.
I did not.
I
Never.
I definitely did not.
in health class. I feel like
Yeah.
we did it every year.
Yeah, we did it every year.
for gym one year you could take lifeguard classes instead of like regular gym.
No shit, that's cool.
Yeah, so I did that and I learned all that, but like it was like a very small. I think there was probably 30 kids in our grade that did it.
Yeah.
So
Like I think that should be in the
Yeah.
the gym kind of realm. I did not have that at my school.
No, I'm not disagreeing with your pick. Like knowing how to react in moments where first aid is needed, probably very beneficial.
That's not, yeah. I wish I
Yeah.
wish I knew more. Like I would not.
Even like
I mean,
the
Ed, you can't flip a coin. You think you're going to be giving people life-saving medical
Listen.
attention?
There has to be a point where you could jump in and help.
Yeah. I almost died from a mozzarella stick when I was 7.
That's what I'm
so I had,
saying.
and some stranger gave me the Heimlich.
Yes.
So
In public?
we were visiting my grandparents. So it was a Friendly's, which is like an ice cream place.
oh yeah,
And I was dying on a mozzarella stick. And yeah, it was in public and somebody saved me.
way.
Fun
Yeah.
fact: I've had to give my sister the Heimlich 5 times in her life.
She needs to chew her food.
I know, dude. It's like a running joke in the family. Like we've never seen anything like it ever.
So she can't eat at home by herself.
no,
you
it's
know-
like it's like a risk. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still get like nervy with mozzarella sticks.
because
Yeah.
my
I
dad
got
banned
mo-
me from mozzarella
Yeah.
sticks for choking in public on one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the scariest moment
Jeez.
of your life is the 3 seconds you might be falling in the shower, or when you
Yeah.
have like chicken in your throat and you gotta like pull it out and you can feel like
Yeah.
I'm scared to eat at home sometimes because like I live alone. Like, what if this is it? Like,
Nate,
do you
there's
know what
no
to do
Eddie
if
here
you're
to
alone?
Save me. Yeah,
Nate lives on milkshakes when he's alone.
I just blend
Smoothies.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, like I said, that's like a very realist.
Yeah. No, that's a good pick.
solution. I wish I knew. There was a recent situation if something happened. It's like my buddy's like, yeah, you should definitely learn.
Yeah.
Eddie the Hero would be sick if we got like cam footage of you like saving someone.
Don't you live with a firefighter?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just let him do it.
Yeah, but like, still,
What if he's the one that needs it?
Still, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a useful skill.
Yeah.
All right, 5th round. I'm up. Man, I'm really between two.
Go with your heart.
I really like them both because I think they're both very, very useful.
Go with the pandering one for the graphic.
I'm not going to go with the pandering one.
Well done, Nate.
I'm going to go with and it's not pandering. I don't think neither are pandering. But I'm going to go with the one that was adjacent to yours, dealing with loss / grief. I think dealing with failure.
Ooh.
Oh, I have a similar.
I feel like all these just fall under see a therapist.
No, but you don't really like understand.
How do you teach someone how to deal with failure and
All right.
failing?
I think mine's a little bit different, so I'll save it, but
Yeah.
I'll revisit that.
Listen, I think a lot of people, and especially I'm thinking back to a high school level, don't know how to deal with that, and I think that drastically affects their life.
Absolutely.
You know,
It-
like the kid who doesn't make the team or whatever. How do you deal with that?
Yeah.
And I think so many kids have been severely fucked up
Yeah,
from moments like that.
And it's like the Michael Jordan story is the famous story.
Yes.
Right? There's got to be millions of people who went the other way.
Yeah, there's
you
one
know.
Michael Jordan.
Or
Right.
even like the kids, like all they know how to do is play football and they don't make it to the pros.
Exactly.
And like
Yeah.
now they got to go
Well,
work a
it's
9 to 5.
Boopy Miles.
Yeah.
You ever seen Friday Night Lights movie?
No.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh,
Friday Night
God.
Lights? Yes,
The
yes,
movie.
yes, yeah.
where he's like, he's crying in the car. What am I going to do? All I know how to do is play football.
Yeah.
Yep.
And his uncle's like trying to console him. And it's just like, yeah, like that's not necessarily failure because he had an ACL injury, but yeah, like it's learning how to.
There's just so many people that have so many eggs in a certain
Yeah.
basket,
Yeah.
and when that basket gets thrown up in
Yeah.
smoke, they just
A
don't know how
lot
to
just
deal
like
with
how
it.
to pivot in life
Yes.
where
Yeah.
things don't go your way, which is 95% of being alive is just reacting and moving.
Yeah.
Like, there was this kid who he played football in Broward. He was 5-star stud, and like when he was popping, like committed to top schools in the country, like always on social media, blah blah blah. Went to a big time school, didn't play, didn't make it to the league. Like has no social media now. Like just
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
you know, it's just like
You know?
their life like flips upside down.
Like that genuinely, just one, whatever it is, some type of failure could
Yeah.
just change your whole life
yeah,
based on how you react to
Mm-hmm.
it. Nick,
I like that pick. I don't know how you teach it necessarily, but I like the pick.
I don't know either.
I
really,
think
but I
you
think
probably can.
maybe
Like give people like tools and perspective and
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, like this may not make sense now that you were good in grammar school and you're not good enough in high school, but like,
You kind of like you need that.
yeah,
You know,
for
like
sure.
or like, failure can be a good thing,
Totally.
you know?
Well, if you think back to high school, failing a test or a quiz, it felt like the world was caving in on
Yeah,
you. And they never really told you, like,
Why?
tomorrow the sun will rise tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like failing your 7th grade math test is not the end of the world either. And they
Yeah.
kind of made it seem like it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like failure prevents people from trying.
Totally.
There's
I
a
mean,
lot.
yeah.
There's a lot of things where it's like, dude, you can't,
All right.
whatever.
Yep.
Nick.
I don't know how to properly phrase this, so help me out here. Like mass agricultural production. Like how do we feed this entire country? Like what are their systems to get all these chickens and cows out? Like what are they like understanding the food production?
Bro, you don't
in the
want to
country
know
that
that.
we
That's
live in?
called the jungle, dude. You don't want to.
That's another one that's like very practical. I don't hate it.
That's like a looming crisis in this country because all the farmers are broke and
Like supply chain? You want to learn supply chain?
Yeah, like mass supply chain of like how we distribute
subsidizing
our food.
corn and shit like
shouldn't
that.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Because if they taught us that, there'd probably be another war. Dude, what they put in our food is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, do you,
Yeah.
like when I went to London?
Guy's been black pilled.
No, I'm red pill. I went to London. What's in their loaf of bread is like 4 ingredients.
Yeah.
Ours is 35 ingredients.
Well, there was that story out of Ireland a few years ago where Subway they were banned from calling their bread.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it had like all this stuff that they put in yoga mats to make it like
Soft and
softer and squishier, and then it had like higher, like insane
Yeah,
sugar
like
content.
it didn't have enough percentage of bread composition to
Right.
be. It's
So,
like how
like-
they can't call ice cream. I think I don't want to say the name of the fast food. I don't know who's a sponsor, but they have to call it something else because there's not enough
Yeah.
like cream in it
Yeah.
to call it ice cream.
There's like chocolate chip ice cream. It's called chocolatey chips. They're not chocolate because they're not real chocolate.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like all that shit. Yeah, we need to know about that.
Yeah.
And like what these ingredients are.
Can I? A little objection.
Is that just nutrition?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, but like, see, this is where I get upset because I say financial literacy, and you're like,
No, time out though.
like be
you
specific.
you twirled it into that. He started
Yeah.
his mass agriculture
Supply chain is
production.
Yeah.
good. I like
Yeah.
supply
Which is- that's
chain.
what he-
Okay,
yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
fine.
Like subsidizing corn and how
Where
the
do
fuck
all
does-
the
Yes.
chickens come from?
Yes.
Is a great question.
Yes.
You can go to there's 9 billion McDonald's. Where are the 9 billion chickens? Like
Right.
there doesn't seem to be enough land for how much bananas there are in the world. Where are the bananas
Yeah, I
coming
get it.
from?
I get it.
So I like supply chain because I don't get it.
Yeah.
All right, Nick. All right, Chief, you're up.
All right. So this is similar to yours, but dealing with rejection, which I think is different than failure, because
Yeah.
that could be girls. Like, I don't know, Smokes, you might have to exclude yourself in this conversation, but like when I was in high school and I was a short guy and just being like, you would get like, I would get so nervous around girls. And then you grow up and you're like, it doesn't matter. There's like,
Wait,
like, what?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Oh, is this
Like
a
you-
bit?
Congrats on
Not a
growing up,
bit.
Chief.
Yeah.
Some of us didn't get to do that.
Yeah. But
Some
like,
of us still don't talk to girls, so
well, you should, because it just doesn't fucking matter. There's another one coming in the bar in 5 seconds.
So, by the way, I wasn't always like good with women. Like there was a point in my life, probably like after 16, I was nervous, petrified, etc.
yeah.
And my dad told me this, and it changed everything. He said that one yes makes up for all those no's.
I think that's a good perspective. And there's a billion of them.
Yeah.
You know, like
Just-
they're just all over the place. So if like one girl rejects you at the bar or a girl breaks up with you, it doesn't matter. Or if you have like your idea rejected or your business rejected or whatever, it's like you just have to be like internalize that, kind of try to learn something from the feedback, because maybe like if all the girls are rejecting you, they're probably
Pitch sucks.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need you need to fix something about the way you're approaching, the way that you are, whatever. So if they're all rejecting you, they're right.
Yeah.
But it's just learning how to like
Not be a pussy.
not be a pussy, and then also be able to be like, okay, what do I have to like accept that rejection and not let it prevent you from trying again.
Right. Yeah, I don't like it like when my boy gets shot down his first time and then he's just like down.
That's the
whole
night.
It's
Yeah.
like, bro,
Oh.
Corner, yeah.
Yeah.
honest, I'll go out there and just get like layup lines up out there. Like, yo, just go talk to a girl you're not
Right.
even interested in.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause
go get loose.
You get in a rhythm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, see the ball go through the net. Or
And this
even
is-
miss a layup and it's like, oh, who cares? I know I can hit that.
This
This is
isn't-
female rejection.
No, this isn't rejection in general. Like you could have like an idea.
They are kind of similar to mine. This is kind of similar to mine.
See, I don't think so.
No.
I think like I have, because like failure is a real thing. Like you failed.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like that is something that's real. You did it. And then there's other times where it's like I was rejected, but like I am onto something. And it's like I have to like tweak it. But it's like I know my idea is good. I know like I just have to refine it. Whereas a failure is like you have to really rebound.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Like just because you got rejected from school A doesn't mean that school B was
Correct.
wrong. It's
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be the better decision in the long term, which isn't a failure.
correct.
Right.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
You sold me. Riggs.
I'm gonna go with something that it's a branch off of nutrition. I don't understand how everyone can't do this. Cooking a basic meal. There's so many people that just eat out every single meal, and I'm not talking the rich who can afford doing that and
Yeah.
they're getting private chefs and everything, but for the regular person, the fact that so many people, especially early on out of college and high school, can't cook just like a basic chicken and vegetable meal at
Yeah.
home.
So this
is
was
a
on my
problem.
list, but then I got to the point where how much do you think should be a school thing versus like an at home thing?
I
Um,
learned in
uh,
senior year of high school that we had one home ec class, and they literally taught us how to properly cook like a chicken breast.
so I never learned that in school. I wish I had. I got to be like, because my mom did all of our cooking when I was growing up, and then like college, like you weren't really cooking, and then I was like eating shit all the time because it's like that's what you can afford, and it was easy. But it was like I don't know how to. So I started watching Giada. That's how I fell in love with Giada and learned how to cook. It was just from watching, and I like kind of self-taught. But I wish like I had learned that in a different matter.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking cooking like Chef Donnie, just a simple.
Yeah, the basics:
No, I don't
Yeah.
think this is a good pick.
meat, potato, vegetables.
I just was conflicted with which should be at home
Yeah.
versus which should be at school.
That was the one thing I took from my. We took one home ec class senior year, and that's like the one thing that stuck. That at least through college, I could get a chicken breast for $6 and cook it.
Useful.
Dude, when I was in college, I didn't know you had to like defrost the meat.
There you go.
Bro, that shit would just be sitting there. I'm like, why is it cold inside? And then I still didn't understand defrosting. So I would just put it on the stove on low and just like let it defrost there and then turn it up and cook it. It was bad, dude.
Nate, you're up, Mr. Irrelevant.
All right. I got a few that I still have on the board that I really like. But I'm gonna go with media literacy.
Yeah.
What do you mean by this?
So it would get tricky because I think Texas would teach media literacy different than Connecticut, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But how to spot fake stories, AI, who just so much media is consumed and our brains are just infiltrated by the algorithms. I think kids need to learn, you know, maybe everything you see on your algorithm isn't real. Maybe you have to know, like, it's
Yeah.
going to show you what you like. My algorithm, my truth on my algorithm is different than yours because they know what I
100%.
want to see and they know what you want to see. So just teaching kids the basics of the algorithmic life that we now live, I think is very important.
I think that's a great pick. And I 100% understand what you're saying.
Yep.
I just got by AI. I really thought RFK did a Jar Jar Binks impression.
Wait, that was fake or real?
Fake. I thought it was real. And like, I think it's just a Star Wars fan in me was like, if anyone's going to do it, it would be RFK. And it would be fucking dope because he's got a crazy
Dude,
voice.
I think the community note said it was real.
No, I think I checked it and it said it wasn't real. I don't know.
I'm
There's just
man.
no
I don't
way.
know.
I don't know. It's brutal.
I got by the Russians jumping into the snow. Like,
It's crazy.
I think I have a pretty good grasp on it, but no, I get got.
The
often.
first thing I do now, anytime I see a tweet, is check the replies and see what Grok said. Seriously.
Yeah, now I mean AI is going to start telling us what we want to hear because whoever runs the AI can trigger their algorithm. It's a mess.
We're cooked,
Reags,
brother.
you'd have to teach your kids like how to do
I'm
this
going
stuff.
to when they get like, if the internet is still this way as they get older, like right now they're 6 and 3, so they don't need to learn any of that. But once they hit like junior high, I think it should be taught like right around then, just to like know what you're looking at. It's and like just the internet in general.
AI is going to cause some problems.
We're cooked.
Yep.
Let's see.
I think there's 2 generations left till we start fucking robots.
They're
No,
already
like,
fucking them
In terms
in
of like
some
them like
countries.
just being the dominant species, but that's a topic.
Oh,
for
I think you
another
meant
day.
like actually. Never.
No, there's definitely. I mean, there's freaks that are definitely already doing that.
We shall see. Good pick.
Thank you.
All right, let's do honorable mentions. Nate, what do you have left?
Hygiene.
Yeah.
I think basic hygiene is very important. It goes back to a lot of households don't really teach it. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a casino. A lot of gross people.
Yeah,
I wrote stress management. I think
Yeah.
we basically covered that. So you don't cortisol max. how to live independently, and outdoor education. Just like,
That's
I
a
like
good one.
outdoor education.
Yeah.
and I wrote empathy.
Shout out Sid and Tim Wells, Sydney and Tim
I
Wells.
think a lot of people think a lot of like people grow up rich or whatever, and they don't empathize with people who didn't grow up rich, and they don't even understand how people could grow up without basic necessities, and they look down on these people when it's not those people's fault. I just think basic empathy. I don't know how you teach it, but basic empathy would go a long way.
Yeah.
I agree. I put cleaning, like
Yep.
how to like properly clean your place. Like I still don't know how to do it, so I just hire a cleaning lady. And even like when I buy the supplies, I don't know what I'm buying, what I'm supposed to. It's a mess.
Yeah.
So I just have a cleaning lady come every month.
There is something about like I try to keep my place clean, but it's just in winter I feel like it's really hard. I can't wait till like the weather, like we are officially out of winter, and I bring in Yolanda and she just gets that thing sparkling like she does. Like there's just like she can just
It
do it
feels
better.
amazing, yeah.
She can just do it better than I can.
It's the best.
Yeah.
So it was cleaning, and then I guess like mental health, but like you said, we've kind of already touched on all that.
How about like setting boundaries, just how to say no to shit?
Yeah, I wish I knew how to say no to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like anytime I get a text, it's like, yeah, all right, I'll be there.
Yeah, you
Got
are.
it. Sold. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
there. All right, yep,
No problem.
no problem.
You got any left, Nick?
Nah, I think that's
You got
about
any
it.
left, Chief?
No, I think we're good.
You got any left, Reags?
It's like one of the biggest complaints on social media, traveling 101, which kind of went into, I think, like what Chief brought up when Nate said conflict resolution, just like basic manners in public. And, not sleeping on two seats when you can just sit up. I also had kind of what Nate said with media literacy, like the new age internet and editing. Like I think Quiggs is the most terrifying and smartest man we have at this company because of what he can do.
Yep.
Just being able to learn how to edit is, I think, something that everybody, especially now forward, should be able to do. So those were the two other ones I had.
Do they teach editing and Photoshop in school, like how we learned Mavis Beacon and
They do
typing?
now. They do now.
They do.
I believe
I figured
so.
they did, because like we learned Windows 95. Like there's no
Yeah.
way they teach that.
And they offer like Photoshop classes as well.
Useful.
Yeah.
Very useful. I have a few left. The one that I was between when I took Dealing with Failure was the true pitfalls of addiction. Like, like especially like nowadays, like the whole fucking, I'm blanking on the name of the OxyContin company. But like,
Purdue
Purdue Pharma.
The
but like,
Saglers or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
Sackler.
knowing what happened with that and how so many people just get into, painkillers to
Yep.
whatever.
So I'll
Yeah.
never take one.
Yeah, like that was definitely not
Yeah.
when we were around. Maybe it is now.
Yeah,
No,
Dare didn't really tell you that we did Dare too early. Like fifth
Yeah.
grade wasn't the correct age to learn about that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like the one person that I think Dare worked on. Like I was terrified of like everything.
Well, see, I was terrified of everything until I did it.
So my year,
Yeah, then it's like really cool and fun. You're like, oh, this
But
rock.
Yeah, but I'm glad I'm scared of needles because I draw the line
Yeah.
at Coke.
Yeah.
so my class got fucked. It was Dare was 6th grade, and then when I went to 6th grade, they moved it to 5th grade.
Oh.
So my class never had it.
So they're all
Never
just
had
drug
Dare.
addicts.
Yeah, and I mean I have some friends who fell deep into it. So it's like,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So it's like
I have one friend that,
they didn't think through that
Yeah.
shit at all.
but I wonder because I had in the early 2000s, like between let's call it 04 and 07, when that was really the Sackler, like the OxyContin,
Mhm.
like became a big thing. I had a bunch of surgeries on different things, and my mom like was a Nazi about what I was able to take.
She was on it.
Yeah, I don't know how she was on it, but she was on it.
Yeah,
So
good. Another just useful one, like self-defense class, like,
Let's get a gun.
you gotta be able to shoot.
I mean, dude, like no
Um,
one wants to just fight it out these days. Everyone's just, oh, did you call me a pussy? Bang,
for
shot.
sure.
Now you're
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I wrote-
true, Smokes.
I wrote swimming. I don't know.
See,
if
in
they should
Florida,
teach
you
that
have to take swimming classes in preschool.
in Florida.
Yeah, like I learned how to swim in preschool.
I just don't know if you should learn that in school, but I know a lot of people who don't know how to swim. But I don't know if that's like a school. I think in like the 60s they did that in school. I don't know if it should be in school though.
We
It's kind of an
had-
awkward thing to learn in
I had
school.
swimming in school.
We had that in gym.
You did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
gym.
shit.
Yeah.
I did not.
It was
Uh,
like 3 weeks out of the gym year, like the gym class, like my freshman
Yeah.
and sophomore year.
And I also took Chicago Park District. I signed up for classes. I just had like interview skills. I don't know. Just
Oh, that's a good one.
That's useful.
Yeah.
And then another one, just like kind of just understanding people and cohesion. Like every single person in your class and your teachers, even the biggest asshole teacher serves a purpose. You don't realize that in the moment, but it's like you're gonna have to deal with someone like that one day.
Yep.
Just like realizing that, like even like
Yeah,
the-
Mr. Matters, worst human being I ever met, math teacher, just scum of the earth, hated the students, shouldn't have been a teacher, treated everybody like shit. I hope nothing but the worst for him.
yeah. But I'm sure you've ran into other people, maybe similar or maybe not as bad or worse. But
I always
it prepped you for it.
I had that same feeling about my teachers in like middle school and high school. And then when I went to prep school and all the teachers with all their families were like, they're in the dining hall, they're in the quad, like you saw them as real people. I think there may be like a world where they should have like the teachers with their, like you could see them as real people because they're all dealing with shit too.
Yeah.
And you just never know. So like maybe teaching people, like humanizing people.
Yeah,
Not just, like-
exactly.
yeah.
Like even like you think of like those guys you didn't like the nerdier kids or something. It's
Yeah, like no one
what,
knows.
like you
what
got to
they're
learn how to
dealing
work with people
Yeah.
who are not like us.
with. Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And I think there's great use in that, and I don't think you realize that at all. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's got a story.
This
Yes.
draft did kind of turn into like a life lesson type of draft.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I like. I love talking about that shit. Like, I find it very fascinating. I think the overarching lesson is like everybody has their own life and nobody really knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, then. Let's. I'm gonna read them through, and then we will vote someone out of here. Eddie, taxes, retirement savings, student loans, first aid / CPR, dealing with failure. Nicky Smokes, money investment, effective communication, money management, government spending, mass agriculture production. Chief, credit, basic home repairs, basic female anatomy, critical / independent thinking, dealing with rejection. Reags, Miles rewards programs, automotive knowledge, career decision making, parenting 101, cooking a basic meal. Nate, nutrition, insurance, conflict resolution, dealing with loss / grief, media literacy. Write it down, put on a blank note, whatever it is. Nate, who you got?
Who am I voting off?
Yeah.
I'm voting Reags off. I'm sorry, Reags.
Okay, one for Reags. Reags, who you got?
Myself, I think the parenting, and the career decision making cost me.
Chief, who you got?
Sorry, Reags.
Okay, that's 3 for Reags. Reags, you are up.
I went with Reags too.
Reags.
Credit
Go for
card
Reags.
miles
Yeah.
1-1
There you
was
go.
crazy.
I appreciate it. I will with Nick, actually. I don't
You
think,
always go with.
I don't
me,
think you
though.
did bad, but once I was reading them out, like 2 money things, and then like finishing it off with agriculture production, which I don't think you did bad. This is not a.
I think
no.
money management's very important. It would solve a lot of people's stress.
You're right. I don't think you did bad. I think everyone did pretty well.
Well, I'll be on the board. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you are. All right, Reags, thank you. Nate, thank you. Nick, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
What a.
Hey, thank you guys.
Yeah.
And to 300 more episodes, eh?
Yes, this is 301. And for people to say you guys are dumbasses for things we talked about, it's not our fault. We wish we learned this shit.
Yeah.
Right.
See you guys tomorrow. That's it.